Welcome to this video on Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the president who led America through crisis. We will discover the remarkable life of America's longest-serving president, the architect of the New Deal, and wartime commander-in-chief. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team as part of the American History series. We begin with Chapter 1, Hyde Park Roots and Privileged Upbringing. Roosevelt's early years were shaped by privilege, duty, and a family tradition of public service, spanning from the Hudson River Valley to the halls of Groton and Harvard. Born in Hyde Park, New York in 1882, FDR was the only child of wealthy landowners. He received an elite education, including home tutoring, Groton School, and Harvard University. His family influence included a relationship to Theodore Roosevelt, and he married Eleanor Roosevelt in 1905. Roosevelt's early career saw him elected as a New York State Senator at age 28, where he championed progressive reforms. At 31, he became Assistant Secretary of the Navy, managing operations during World War I. At 38, he ran unsuccessfully as the Democratic vice presidential candidate, gaining national experience. His time in Albany and Washington built a foundation for future leadership. He learned coalition building, naval strategy, and the complexities of federal administration. In his first inaugural address on March 4, 1933, Roosevelt famously declared, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." This declaration inspired courage and confidence, leading America out of the Great Depression. Chapter 2 focuses on polio and personal triumph. In 1921, at age 39, Roosevelt was struck by polio. This challenge deepened his empathy and strengthened his resolve to serve others. Roosevelt contracted polio at Campobello Island, resulting in paralysis from the waist down. He underwent years of rehabilitation, learning to walk with braces. His struggle transformed his character, deepening his compassion and determination. Roosevelt found healing in Warm Springs, Georgia, where he established a rehabilitation center for polio victims. He later founded the March of Dimes in 1938, which funded the research that eventually conquered polio. In a 1936 address, Roosevelt shared his optimistic vision, stating, "We have always held to the hope, the belief, the conviction that there is a better life, a better world, beyond the horizon." This inspired millions during times of crisis. Chapter 3 covers his time as governor and New Deal architect. As governor of New York from 1929 to 1933, Roosevelt pioneered relief programs that became models for the New Deal, positioning him as a leader capable of saving America. Roosevelt served as governor of New York during the Great Depression. He created the Temporary Emergency Relief Administration, a model for federal programs, and his innovative responses made him the Democratic frontrunner for the 1932 election. The New Deal, enacted from 1933 to 1939, fundamentally transformed American government. Major programs included the Social Security Act, the Works Progress Administration, the Civilian Conservation Corps, the Tennessee Valley Authority, and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. The first 100 days saw unprecedented action, including the Emergency Banking Act, which restored confidence in banks. The Agricultural Adjustment Act helped farmers, and the Public Works Administration created millions of jobs building infrastructure across America. In his second inaugural address in 1937, Roosevelt outlined his vision of economic justice. He proclaimed that progress is measured by whether we provide enough for those who have too little. Chapter 4 highlights the fireside chats, which involves speaking directly to America. Roosevelt revolutionized presidential communication with these informal radio addresses, explaining policies and inspiring confidence during crises. From 1933 to 1944, Roosevelt delivered approximately 30 fireside chats. Millions tuned in to hear him explain the New Deal and the war effort. His calm, reassuring voice helped steady a frightened nation during the Depression and World War II. Roosevelt understood the power of radio to reach Americans in their homes. He spoke simply and slower than typical announcers, transforming how presidents communicate and generating hundreds of thousands of letters from the public. Preparing for war, Roosevelt established the Lend-Lease program in 1941, aiding allied nations while America remained neutral. Through industrial mobilization, America became the, quote, arsenal of democracy, supplying allied forces and preparing for involvement in World War II. Following the attack on Pearl Harbor, Roosevelt delivered his powerful address to Congress on December 8, 1941, declaring the attack a, quote, date which will live in infamy, uniting America in resolve to enter World War II. Chapter 5 covers Roosevelt as commander-in-chief in World War II. He coordinated military strategy, managed the home front, and planned for the post-war world, leading America and the Allied powers through the greatest conflict in history. From 1941 to 1945, Roosevelt provided strategic leadership, coordinating with Churchill and Stalin, and implementing the Europe First strategy. He organized unprecedented war production and championed the creation of the United Nations to promote international cooperation. Roosevelt met with Churchill and Stalin in the Big Three conferences. Key meetings included Casablanca in 1943, Tehran in 1943 to coordinate D-Day, and Yalta in 1945, where they planned Germany's occupation and the UN structure. In 1944, Roosevelt broke precedent by winning an unprecedented fourth term. He argued for wartime leadership continuity, winning despite declining health. His victory later led to the 22nd Amendment, limiting presidential terms. Roosevelt's final, undelivered address, prepared before his death in April 1945, expressed his hope for lasting peace, saying, "More than an end to war, we want an end to the beginnings of all wars." Chapter 6 discusses his death and enduring legacy. On April 12, 1945, Roosevelt died of a cerebral hemorrhage. The nation mourned the loss of their leader, whose legacy would reshape America for generations. Roosevelt's legacy includes the transformation of American government through the social safety net, creating Social Security and unemployment insurance. His four-term presidency led to the 22nd Amendment, limiting future presidential terms. Roosevelt's enduring influence stems from his role as wartime commander, New Deal architect, and inspirational leader. He established the U.S. as a global superpower, transformed the government's role, and provided hope through his courage and optimism. In a 1936 address, Roosevelt stated, "In the truest sense, freedom cannot be bestowed, it must be achieved." He believed true freedom required active effort, economic security, and opportunity, beyond just political rights. FDR's legacy is defined by transformation and hope. His leadership through the Depression and World War II fundamentally changed America, proving government can be a force for good. He was a president, reformer, communicator, commander, and visionary. The Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial in Washington, D.C. honors his memory. It is a testament to the president who led America through its greatest domestic and international crises. In his last written message, Roosevelt shared his final reflection. "The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Let us move forward with strong and active faith." His life teaches us the power of courage, compassion, and optimism in leadership. Thank you for exploring the life and legacy of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. You can learn more at the FDR Presidential Library, the FDR Memorial, Warm Springs, Georgia, and the National Archives.